You are 12 years old, sitting beneath a mango tree in your Igbo village. West Africa, 1750. The sun presses down gently, casting a golden hue across the yam fields. The sound of drums echoes through the air, steady, rhythmic, like the pulse of the land itself. The marketplace hums nearby. Women argue over dried fish. Children dash between stalls, chasing goats, their laughter ricocheting off the earthen huts. You're braiding your younger sister's hair, her giggles soft and light as the morning wind. You dream of telling stories one day, like your mother. Her voice could turn silence into wonder. Tales of ancestors, spirits, and warriors that made even the elders lean in close. Life is hard. Yes, your hands are calloused, your feet bare, your days full of labor, but it is your life. Familiar, yours, until the screams begin. The sky hasn't yet turned bright when the calm is broken. Cries rip through the village. The smell of smoke follows. Huts erupt into flames, sparks leaping into the sky like vengeful spirits. Armed raiders, some your own people, others pale-faced strangers, pour in. They wield muskets and iron, shouting in languages you do not know. You grab your sister's hand, but it slips from yours as a man drags her away, her scream cutting straight through your chest. You crouch behind a yam stack, trembling, heart thundering like the drum you heard earlier, now warped into dread. You catch a glimpse of your friend Essie. Her eyes flick toward you, then toward the man standing over her, one of the raiders, holding out shiny glass beads like they are sacred offerings. Her little brother lies limp in another man's arms, his forehead bloodied. She hesitates, then points. "There," she whispers. "She's there." You freeze. Your body forgets how to move. Betrayal stabs deeper than any spear. Rough hands grab your arms. The iron shackles click shut around your ankles. They are cold, tight, and already biting into your skin. You scream for your mother, but the smoke thickens and swallows her voice. As you're dragged from the only home you've ever known, she finds you, just long enough to press something into your palm. A small woven bracelet. Her voice breaks as she says, "Remember our stories. Keep them alive." Then she vanishes, lost in the fire and shouting. The march begins. You walk, shackled and barefoot, through thickets that tear at your legs. 300 miles. The path is unfamiliar, the land scarred by footprints and blood. You pass others, children, elders, mothers, all bound, silent or sobbing. The air smells of sweat, ash, and something worse. Dreams reduced to dust. You are no longer Ada, you are property now. A name stripped away like bark from a tree. When you finally reach the coast, the world seems to end. There it stands, Cape Coast Castle, a massive stone fortress planted by the sea. It looks like it was built to last forever. Inside, they shove you into a cell deep in the earth. No sunlight reaches this place. The air is heavy, thick with filth, damp with suffering. The stone walls weep moisture. You can't stretch your legs. You barely have space to breathe. Bodies press against you, boys, girls, some younger than you. One girl next to you stops breathing in the night. She is gone before her 13th year. No one has room to mourn. Your skin is raw where the metal rubs against it. Your stomach clenches from days without food. Then, the door creaks open. A man steps inside, carrying a torch that spits smoke. He doesn't look at you as a person, only as something to be priced. He grabs your jaw, forces your mouth open, checks your teeth. "Strong enough," he mutters. Then the iron is heated, red, glowing, alive. It hisses as it's pressed into your shoulder. The pain consumes you. You scream until your throat is torn. The scent of burned flesh fills your nose, your own. You fall to the ground, dizzy, dry heaving. Somewhere in the dark, another child begins to cry, but it is short-lived. Here, even weeping is punished. They rename you. Mary, they say, as if names are scraps of cloth that can be discarded and replaced. You whisper your birth name, Ada, again and again, clutching the bracelet your mother gave you, the only piece of home that remains. A guard catches you whispering and strikes you across the face. The whip opens your lip. Blood trickles down your chin. You do not cry. Crying marks you. In the dark, a woman inches closer. Her eyes are sharp, but not cruel. She passes you a ball of mush, barely food, but enough to keep your heart beating. We're planning something, she murmurs, nodding toward the slit in the wall that shows a glimpse of the sea, and a ship waiting there. There may be a chance. Your chest tightens. A revolt? Escape? For the first time since the raid, the word choice returns to your mind. But then, she notices the bracelet clutched in your hand. Give it to me, or you're not part of this, she says. Her voice is quiet, firm. You stare at her. Another decision. Another betrayal waiting in the shadows. The bracelet still holds your mother's warmth. Can you let it go? This place is not a dungeon. It is a graveyard where the living wait their turn. Soon, the guards chain you again and drag you out, down to the water. The ship looms above you like a monster carved of wood and iron. You are led into its belly, a dark, stifling space no bigger than a grave. They pack you in tightly. You cannot sit upright. Your knees press into someone's spine. Another's breath is on your cheek. The stench is overwhelming. Human waste, sweat, sickness, and despair. You gag, but there is nothing left inside you to bring up. The wood beneath you creaks and shifts. The ship rocks. You are in motion now, pulled from your land, your family, your name. Around you, children moan, some go quiet. Above deck, screams rise from the women's hold. The sailors take what they want. Dignity, innocence, lives, all plundered, like the gold and ivory once ripped from these shores. This is only the beginning. They look at you like you are no longer human. Their gazes crawl across your body when they bring the day's rations. The slop barely resembling food. A thin, gritty porridge and a chunk of spoiled meat filled with insects. You force it down because to refuse is to collapse. The bracelet on your wrist, the one your mother gave you before the raid, digs into your skin. It's the only piece of home you still carry. You traded it once, 2 ya, in exchange for a place in the planned revolt. But before the guards chained you again, she pressed it back into your hand. Tonight, she whispered, when the moon hides, midnight settles like a shroud. Ya slips a rusted nail into your palm, her voice barely more than breath. Find the weakest link. Work fast. You press the nail to the iron chain, hands trembling. You scrape and twist again and again. Your fingers begin to bleed. The screech of metal is faint but steady. Minutes drag on, each one soaked in pain and hope. Then, a snap. The chain gives. You freeze, holding your breath. No footsteps above, no shouts. You're still safe. For now, crawling through darkness, your limbs move over warm bodies. Others are trying too, some with tools hidden in rags, others biting at knots with broken teeth. The air is thick with effort and desperation. Then, boots above, heavy, loud, the revolt shouts ring out, chains clatter. A blade flashes in the dark. Someone strikes a guard. Ya appears like a shadow pulled from war. Blood on her face, a sailor's cutlass in her grip. She points upward. The deck, but musket fire answers her cry. The crew was prepared. Bullets tear through the air. Blood sprays across the timbers, painting the ship red. Ya keeps fighting, screaming, but they drag her to the rail. She struggles until the last moment, shouting curses in a tongue they can't understand. Then they throw her overboard. You rush to the rail, too late. The water stirs. A fin cuts the surface. Then nothing. She is gone, swallowed by the sea as if she never lived. You are spared. The reason doesn't matter. They force you to your knees. A sailor hands you a rag and nods toward the blood on the deck. You scrub. His whip waits just behind your neck. Your hands shake. Your stomach turns. You hum, soft and low, your mother's lullaby in the old Igbo tongue. The sailor pauses. The whip lowers. Something flickers in his eyes, something almost like memory. Then it vanishes. He remembers what you are and walks away. Your voice, your mother's stories, your name whispered in darkness are your only defense. They call this the New World. You are 13 when the ship finally reaches the shore. The sun over Barbados strikes you like a hammer, heavy and merciless. The port teems with voices, shouts, chaos, men shouting prices, buyers circling the chained, examining teeth, measuring arms. The auction block towers ahead, a wooden platform stained with the history of others like you. They clean you roughly, scrubbing the grime and sickness away with sand. They smear oil on your skin to make you shine. The smell of salt and rot clings to your flesh. You can't see straight. Your eyes still burn from the weeks in the hold, from the tears, the filth, the endless dark. Fresh stock, the auctioneer calls. Strong, still young, she'll be ready to breed in time. His words cut sharper than any blade. Men in broad hats walk by, their eyes strip you bare. One pokes your shoulder, another lifts your chin. You feel less than animal. A girl clings to your side, one of the younger ones from the ship, your companion since the failed revolt. Her small fingers wrap around your arm, but a buyer grabs her, tearing her away. Her scream splits the morning. You don't see where she's taken. You don't have time. The auctioneer is shouting again. You are sold to a planter with a scar running from temple to jaw. His voice is flat, cold. He spits the name Mary at you, as if your real name never mattered. He buys you like a tool, drags you to his sugar plantation. In the corner of your assigned shack, you find a nail, half buried in the dirt. You scratch your name into the earth. Ada, letter by letter, a reminder of who you were, who you still are. That evening, the planter's daughter, pale and quiet, appears at the window. She slips a mango through the wooden slat. Her eyes dart behind her, afraid. "You're too young for this," she whispers. Your heart stirs, kindness, here. But she turns and runs. Moments later, she screams to her father. She stole it. 5 times, it lashes your back. Each strike tears skin. Each one speaks the same lesson. Trust no one. Even mercy can be a trap. Welcome to Barbados, where the sun scorches, the lash teaches, and your name is forgotten by the soil. You are 15 now. Each day is the same. Sugarcane fields stretch to the horizon. The machete is heavy, the sun unrelenting. You swing again and again. Blisters split open. Sweat pours into the wounds. Blood darkens your hands. 16 hours. No rest. The overseer rides by. His whip flicks lazily, cracking the air near your head. He enjoys the fear. At dusk, he parades another worker's back, torn and bleeding, for all to see, a warning. 2 harvests pass. Time blurs. Your body weakens. But you do not break. You still whisper the old songs when no one listens. Now you are 17. The planter begins to visit your shack at night. His breath stinks of liquor. His hands, thick, rough, are stronger than yours. He doesn't speak much. Each visit begins with a door creaking open and ends in silence. You try to fight. The first time, you screamed. You scratched, kicked, tried to claw your way out. But he held you down, weight crushing, breath heavy. You learn not to scream. His shadow becomes part of the room. You wait for him to leave, staring at the ceiling until the sun returns. The bracelet is still there, hidden beneath the floor. You hold it some nights when sleep won't come, when your body aches, when your spirit feels like ash. The whip leaves marks on the skin, but this leaves marks on the soul. A secret begins to grow inside you, one born not of love, but of cruelty. You feel it early, the heaviness in your limbs, the changes in your body. You wrap cloth tighter around your waist, hoping to hide the truth for as long as you can. You know what pregnancy means here, another life born into chains, and a doubled burden on your back. Still, you endure. At night, in the overcrowded slave quarters thick with sweat, damp wood, and despair, you whisper your mother's Igbo stories to the women around you, fables of warriors and spirits, of rain and ancestors. The words soothe the children to sleep and kindle something fragile among the women, trust, maybe even hope. They begin to call you sister. It's a small light in the darkness, and they gather near to feel its warmth. But not everyone is blind to it. The overseer watches. His eyes, narrow and cold, follow your movements more than the rest. He hears you speak. He knows you're more than silent labor. Mary, he growls, your forced name. And his whip coils at his side like a snake ready to strike. So you act first. You slip a stone into the cane mill's gears. The machinery groans, then stops. For the first time in months, the wounded get a day's rest, a brief, stolen mercy. But you know mercy is never free. His boots stay closer now. You feel his eyes on your back. He suspects. You say, at night, your fingers wrap tight around the bracelet, the one your mother pressed into your hand the day they dragged you away. You whisper, Adwa, your true name, like a shield against the fear. You are 18 now. Your belly heavy with a child you swear will never taste chains. The plantation soil feels soaked with suffering, but the broken cane mill has given people time to breathe, time to heal. Time to remember they are still alive. But the overseer hasn't forgotten. He's been watching, waiting, building his plan in silence, like a spider crafting its web. Tonight, under a sky lit by a blood-red moon, he makes his move. You are dragged to the whipping post, your wrists bound with rough rope. His voice is low, filled with venom. Time to make an example. But you are done being an example. You begin to hum. Not a lullaby this time, not soft and sweet, but a song of warning, an old rhythm from your village. The beat is different, intentional, and it carries through the cane fields like a signal. From the shadows, women step forward, women you fed, taught, comforted, women who carry your stories like armor. Torches ignite in their hands. Flames dance in the wind, reflecting in their eyes. For 3 years, you planted seeds, not of Cain, but of rebellion. The first field erupts in flame. Sugar and smoke swirl into the sky. The plantation's wealth crackles and burns, every flame a shout of defiance. The overseers panic, shouting orders, scrambling like rats in floodwater, but they are outnumbered, and for the first time, chaos is yours. For a few precious moments, you are winning. Then come the muskets. They split the night open, smoke chokes the air. The ground drinks blood as fast as it did sweat. The fires dim, screams echo. You're seized, dragged toward the gallows. The noose waits, thick, rough, ready. They want silence, a lesson, a warning for the rest. But they will not take your voice. As the rope slips around your neck, you lift your head and begin to sing. Your mother's lullaby, loud and clear, defiant as flame. You shout, Adoa, to the sky, your true name, the name they tried to bury. The crowd shifts, some gasp, others bow their heads. The overseer hesitates. But not for long. The rope tightens, your body jerks, the world fades. But your voice, your story, does not die. The women carry it. They whisper your tales to their children in the shadows. Your name becomes more than memory. It becomes fuel, a legacy etched into skin and soil. They thought they broke you, but your fire outlived their fields. And in Prox, the flames died down, the sugar is harvested again, but something changed. Adoa, the girl who told stories and started fires. The woman who refused to let her child be born in chains. The sister who sang as the rope claimed her body. Your lullabies still echo, soft and sharp, across the Caribbean winds, to the voices of those who never forgot. From the plantations of Barbados to the songs sung at diaspora gatherings centuries later, your name travels far. They tried to erase you, but your voice still cuts through time like a blade. Through their lies, through their history, you were 18 and you endured. If this story moved you, like the video to support more untold histories. Tell us your thoughts in comment below and subscribe for more true, brutal history every week.